Go along, yeah. Sweet, sweet kiss, how I live. Now, go along. You take it from Peter today, Paul will take it from you tomorrow, Mama. Sweet, sweet, living is sweet, oh, where the rich or poor. Why not pray for a long fellow? He can pray for a long life. As long as they live, you know, the better we grow. Fine, power is fine, oh, it can make you heavy. It's just like a brook, you know, it way to capsize. Sweet, sweet kiss our liver, not for go along. You must be can eat it, or a preacher can eat it. Kesawali, oh, sweet Kesawali, oh, now for go along. You take it from Peter today, oh, Paul will take it from you tomorrow, Mama. You take it from Mary today, oh, Mother will take it from you tomorrow. Fine, oh, by your fine, in your favor. Well, people do to you, you going to cry. After enough for one person, oh, it's a matter of time. After it's a lesson, yeah, brother, this I had. Sweet kiss our liver, not for go alone, Mama. Human being can eat it, oh, the deer can eat it. Cause our liver. Sweet kiss our liver, not for go alone. Human beings can eat it, or a creature eat it too. Sweet, sweet, living is sweet, oh, where the rich or poor. Why not pray for a long fellow? He can pray for long life. As long as they living, the better we grow. You take it from Mary today, oh, Mary will take it from you tomorrow, Mama. Hey, you take it from Peter today, oh, Paul will take it from you tomorrow. Fine, power is fine, oh, it can make you heavy. Looking like a crook, you know, a way to capsize. Kesawali, oh, Kesawali, Kesawali, Mama, no for go alone. Why not pray for long fellow? He always pray for long life. As long as they living, the better we grow, my people. Sweet, sweet kiss our liver, no for go alone. After enough for one person, oh, it's a matter of time, Papa. After it's a lesson, yeah, brother, this I had.
Yeah. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Munel Kishen, aka The General. Happy Sunday to all. Happy Sunday to all my friends and Teresa. Oh, Collins is watching. Ooh, Kwande's mother. Jonathan S. Russell. Oh, Teresa. Happy Sunday, Mr. Kishen. Thank you, man. Yeah, Teresa. I like to say that's my daughter mother, a good friend. Still love her no matter what. Okay, and my name is Munal Kishan. Today is Sunday. We'll be preaching, talking politics. Politics. Some people say I say politrick, and I had a very good. We had a very good service today. I had a very good time in church. That was nice. Share this video, and as I said all the time, I don't really look to see how many pressing on before I start doing my thing. It's how many people watch it when I finish. And I just got to know that sometimes you're online and you're looking at the numbers, but other people watching it through another person. And my name is Munel Kishen. For those of you who don't know me, Librarian people can say morning ball, Librarian people can say morning Kishen, any kind of way. I've been president for the Liberian community in South Jersey for 4 years, and I turned over president of the Bucks County Old Timers Sports Association. I was once a TM for IE. Oh, by the way, IE trying to reorganize, and we got the chat group, and Timothy Bangu is heading it. Please be a part of it. We want to get IE from third division, and also the Bucks County Old Timer. We rebranding the Bucks County where women and other people, other nationality can join, can be a part of it. And also, I want to say happy birthday to all those in July. Some I saw some joke on the internet. They said those that were born in July are not correct people because even Liberia proved to be that people that are born in July they're not ready. You see Liberia, and I also want to extend a pre-birthday treat to Henry Costa, who will be celebrating his birthday. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's August 6th, but it will be celebrated on the 12th in Delaware. So you guys are invited. Come there. It's non-politics. We will not be talking about politics. It's all to celebrate. And no matter what how you feel about it, friends are friends. No matter what happens, you got friends. In life, if you got over 50% people love you, you are. But if majority of the people hate you, then you must check yourself up. But the friends of Heron Costa are going to celebrate him, celebrate his day on that day. So, and I will be the MC for that day also. And please share this video. There's something I will be speaking on today, and it's all about Liberia. And I don't expect you to believe it. Thank you. And I don't expect you to believe me. It's up to you because we have been saying it, and everything we said came to pass. And I tell people every day I hold no regrets on what I said. And I was once a supporter of George Weah in 2005, 2011. Before he became senator, that's where I felt discouraged and I was disappointed in his leadership in the Senate. He played no role. He never made his presence felt in the Senate. But people of Liberia choose the people based on likeness. But for me, I rather remain the way I am than to follow friends because you think you're my friend. I'd rather you keep the friendship with me on a neutral level, but not to suppress other people and want me to be part of it. I'm sorry, always the case. I always get into serious trouble for this. And we're even in other organizations that I in, whenever I don't agree with you because you're my friend, and the next thing you try to hold it against me, but hey, that's how life goes. I'd rather lay free. And I always told people these things that three characteristics that I believe in that make you to be a good leader no matter what. Three. Three characteristics. If you have it in your corner, no matter what, you are a better person. It's the honesty first. You got to be very honest to yourself. I'm not talking about perfect. No human being is perfect under this world. in this world. As I said, nobody. But you have to be honest to yourself. Don't just lie to people. You know, some lies, you lie to save yourself embarrassment. But don't lie that will embarrass you too. It's like you telling a Liberian man, you say, "Oh, don't you know don't you know I get 10 houses in Liberia?" You're lying to a Liberian who goes to Liberia all the time. Or you say, "Oh, don't you know I'm the minister of finance, brother?" Lying. But you're not lying to a foreigner, you're lying to a Liberian that want to find out. You're lying to people about things that you're not you're not in or you're not part of. So don't embarrass yourself. Be honest to people. Because what's for you for you. If you don't have a car, you don't have a car. If you get a car, you get a car. That isn't a business. You know what I'm saying? So why would you lie? And then especially when you're in leadership, you are just a leader. We're not telling you to take it off your pocket to spend. It's not yours. If they don't if we don't come up with that ideas, that's it. But the fact is that leaders come up with that vision. They say every leaders come up with a vision, and the Bible say where the leaders has no vision, the nation perish. Because everybody looking up to the leader, no matter what. Especially Africa, everybody look up to the leader. So, and then we come on integrity. When you have that integrity, it's good because you worry about your family. I don't want to do anything that will harm my children tomorrow. That when my children walk in the street, you say your dad was a crook, your dad was this, and the next thing they embarrass. But most of our politicians embarrass their children. But because Liberia, that's it. We don't care. Nothing move us. We only concerned about ourselves, but not our children. And then you have the empathy. You got to understand, feel other people pain. Imagine yourself. Sometimes you don't have to be there, but you can twist it around and see if you were the one in that position, how would you feel? How you will feel that you're in a house and you can't even afford for your family? How will you feel at this time coming to 26? You don't even have it. We ourselves don't have it for ourselves, but you other people in Liberia that don't have that opportunity, they're struggling. You worry about them, but how you alone from down here within no time you going up high and sky high, you driving the latest cars. How you feel? How do you feel to move in the street of Monrovia or to drive in your community with people and people watching you? They saw you the other day, you were in one little bedroom, but within no time, you're in a tinted car, you're in a four-bedroom house, well established, and you can't even mingle with anybody. Your entire life changed. You hear that music? Cassava leaf is not for gold alone. Power make you big, so big. Power is the bad thing for poor men. When poor man gets power, only 5% of poor men you will see that will get into power and try to do the right thing because they have that integrity. They believe in it. Okay, December 8th is election day in Liberia. December 8th is an election day in Liberia. We'll be having election for senators. But I will say this, you want to accept it, that's your business. You don't want to take it, it's your business. There is nothing CDC or President Joshua would do in Liberia that would never come to light. Everything Joshua can sleep with anybody, it can come to light. Joshua can walk anywhere, it will come because you know what? Not everybody around Joshua actually favor. But Liberians, we are people who love the thing. Let's forget it. I mean, I won't talk because if I talk again, they will fire me. Cowards. When will we ever stand up? When will the good people of Liberia, when they will stand up as a citizen to say enough is enough? If you don't do it now, when will you do it? Your children? When? Why we should be a cowards? Why we should die? Why we think we are alive? Why? The power is in your hands. Why can't you say the damn truth and tell this president again? They don't have to be George. We are any president. Why you should be a coward? Why? Today we cry and say there is no money, there is no rice. But we see the ruling party going around distributing money, distributing rice. Then it reminds me about the Bible when Zacchaeus after the corruption and whatsoever, he gave back the money to the people. That is what that's your money. Take it, eat it, eat it. You need to ask yourself why now CDC is coming into my community. And to be surprised, you voted for George where you vote for Molu. You voted for a lot of people who never show up in your community. Why now? Why are they coming back to you to tell you, oh, we beg you, hold this thing here. Hold this thing here. You vote for us. We'll do better. There's a saying, you chase a black car, the only black car in a community, in a country. The sun is so hot, you all in the street looking for that car. You won't find it. You think you will find it in the night? No. First year, second year, third year, they didn't do nothing. Do you think they can do it again? No. You can see if a man is trying his best to get things right. You can see it. Then you say, yes, this person is trying the best. But not to see a man just enriching himself. Because I don't understand, I stay confused why people are saying that President Weah is the best president. How can you judge a president or a leader being the best when he stay on the job? When? How? How? How can you judge? Because President Weah have not even reached the standard of the late President Doe. Because there's things that happen, even President Doe, who we consider to be a dictator or military man, never happens. Never happens. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to say how President we are treating other people, even to find a job as a civil servant. He going against the constitution of Liberia. You cannot suppress, you can't stop nobody from working in government. You need not to appoint them, but you can't suppress a man to get a job in the country. You cannot. You cannot. I just got a message today, and when I sat down and I got that message, I was so surprised. But again, I was not surprised because this is President we are who hold things against people for the last 30 years. For the last 30 years, President Weah hold even his former players, teammates that he played with, he still hold things against them. As long as he's president, he pretends as if it don't happen. I will give you the story during a county meeting. When I got the news first, I said no, I don't want to believe it. I said I'm going to call somebody. And when I found out, three-person told me until today again when I got the message, it was about Kevin Seboy. During the county meet, the deputy minister of sports, not Zoga Wilson, because for Zoga Wilson own, Zoga Wilson was the one who fired all former players who were working with youth and sports. Oh, sorry, I mistakenly hit my camera. Zoga Wilson fired all the former players who were working with youth and sports. I will tell you today, it was done by Zoga Wilson. George, we have practically gave the entire youth and sports to Zoga Wilson and said, run it the way you want to. Now, Zoga Wilson fired them. He fired them. Before he came to pack his stuff to go back, Zoga Wilson fired them. Okay, let me face the camera, please. All right, good. Zoga Wilson fired them. Now, the deputy minister appointed Kevin Seboy. Said, listen, we want you to organize to work along with the county meet to see how best to do everything. Kevin Seboy with the entire county meet, they go on county meet. But on the day of the final, he went there very early. He was on the field. While he was on the field, President Doe, President George Weah got there and he saw Kevin. While everybody, Kevin family was sitting on the stadium and whatsoever, George Weah was furious. He called Zoka Wilson. He said, what am I doing the field there? Oh, I don't know. Zoka Wilson said, I don't know, Chief. I think at the deputy, they called the deputy. George Weah told them, I do not want to see him on the field. You're removing now. That means who gave him job? You know, the deputy minister went there and said, I'm sorry, Kevin. Kevin sent the key to his wife and told his wife to get the car and go home. He will follow. And he left the game. Look, it's not because he never supported him when it came to politics. George Weah was the same man who was talking about every Liberians are winner. Whether you support me or not, you are winner. Everybody has the right to support whoever they want. But George Weah is going after people indirectly. He's not chasing them, but he's suppressing them. Whatever, he's showing that power. He's showing the power out. If you want to believe it, fine. You don't want to believe it, you don't have to be on here. You can get the hell out. You don't have to. And let me make it clear right now. I want to make it clear and simple for people who will be watching my show today. I want to make it clear and simple. I think the thing is stable. Okay, I had a little problem on my phone. I thought it was my phone. Please, and if you don't want to be part of this show, you don't want to watch me and listen, I will advise you to get off the show. You don't have to be a part of it. If you take out foolishness from your mouth, I will block you. I will block you. So, as I said, I will repeat myself again. Let me start over. I want to wish everybody in July happy birthday. And if the month is coming to an end, and also I want to say a pre-birthday treat, send a pre-birthday treat to Henry Costa. He will be celebrating his birthday, I think August 6th, and we'll be having a little get together for him in Delaware at the park there. You are welcome. There will be no politics. We're not going to be talking about politics on that day. But guess what? Don't be surprised. We might say it. I don't know. But I am, and I will be the MC for that day. And whether you like it or not, we are friends. We try to celebrate birthday if possible. Don't get mad because we celebrate people's birthday based on whatever you can do. So sometimes your friends try to give you your flowers while you're alive, and there's nothing big about it. So please don't hate for that. I beg you. So happy birthday again, Henry. Thanks for the work. And I know sometimes it's not an easy thing. You want to feel discouraged to leave, to get out. But hey, you're already in the boat. They say when you're in the water, don't worry about getting wet. You're already part of it. You're in the mud. You got to dance and then get clean and dance and get clean again. But you can't just give up. You started it. We behind you and we try to do whatever we can do. Share this video. So as I said, we will be talking about elections. We'll be talking about other things. We'll be talking about things that CDC is doing illegally. And I'm going to say this. We got some information and we know. One of the information I shared the other day, and I'm talking again, and I was surprised to see Mo Ali and just writing about it. This is old information. President Weah called his ministers. They all, you see Samuel 12 running around, they all violating the code of conduct. No, according to the code of conduct that was signed in 2017, no, no political appointee should get involved into any political activities. Do not use government resources to campaign. But President Weah told his ministers, deputy ministers, the two deputies and the ministers, and he started to bang the table. He pissed off. He can lose any county in Liberia, any of the counties. But Montserrat County is a must that he win it no matter hope or crook. They must win it. And he authorized and instructed all his ministers to use every means, financial, whatsoever, use the card, and even threaten civil servants. He said, tell them if they want to keep the job, they should come with their ID cards, vote. They should vote and take the picture. If they don't, there will be a lot of civil servants losing their jobs. They must vote CDC, and they should prove it by why going in there to vote, and then so you will hear your ministers then giving you strong warning. Strong warning. This is a man who won 14 counties out of 15. Now he worried about one. You didn't hear me. You didn't hear me good. I'm still repeating myself. Maybe you didn't hear that one. President Weah won 14 counties out of 15. But at this present moment, President Weah is worried about only one county. He don't give a damn about the other counties. Even the grand jury, we think he said that he will win in Grand Crew. They went there, they few days, they took supporters from Monrovia to Grand jury, and I see no crowd. And even the mat they put down at the CDC head office, the place empty. These guys are living in denial, my people. But let me say this, and President William made it clear. He said he told the commissioners, and three of the commissioners are contemplating. They're not too sure. They're afraid because they're going to backfire. And what I'm saying, you believe it or not. If you don't believe it, it's up to you. But that's truth. Because Liberians will never believe nothing until it happens. President, we are trying to bring war to Liberia. And this war, it will be because of elections. It will not be a rebel war. It will be a riot. President Weah and others are pushing for NEC to replace ID cards. This is the trick in the whole thing. But they fear here because the other guys, like Seon, who was once the IT guy, is aware that the parties all has the voter list, the voter roll. They have it with them. They know who all register because they're not registering no people. But what they want to do is to get people from the other counties and change their addresses to Monrovia. That means they will give them the opportunity to vote in Monrovia. Right now, Monrovia registered in Montserrat County got 730 voters that was registered. And most of them, that 730 actually don't live in Monrovia. Some of them were trucked by representatives. That's what makes them 700. That is why in the second round, always Montserrat actual voting, their votes is around 400,000. Around 400,000, the actual people that register in Montserrat who are resident of Montserrat. All the other ones came from different places, they brought people from different counties, they representatives who got like Farah. Farah took some people from Lofa and whatsoever. Not Farah, even yes, Farah took people in District 5. They transport people from one place to another place. Now, when these people come in, they got to go back. They had to transport them back. Akara's Great got people from all the way to the border and brought them in District 8. They got just need they need $5. Transport them, that's all. They come and register them when they come again. You take care of them, you get them the money. Like Brents don't care. The people say, why we eat now? They say dry meat sweet, but why would we eat until the meat get dry? So they're thinking to bring about replacement card, then it will change the addresses. Earlier they say, oh, they're not doing it. So two of the commissioners, which I don't know the name, the person never called the name, and my resource, my source, I'm not going to say it, but there are people who there. But that's the thing. President Weah, it's like he's like a man who on the ocean trying to drown, and you see this straw passing by, and you try to grab it, and you think that's something to save your life. I don't know what they're thinking about. That Liberians are very stupid people. What they're thinking that after the election, when they have changed the results, Liberians will get in the street, they will demonstrate, and just for 1 week, 2 weeks, international community will come and speak, and they will call Darius Dillon and say, listen, just let it go, talk to your people, and this, and because Darius Dillon, they will say, okay, you know what, we are Liberians, and we're going to let it go, and we'll just allow it, and it finish. That will give Joshua the opportunity to steal the election in 2023. If Joshua don't win Montserrat County, he's not contesting the election in 2023. I'm telling you. George Weah will not. Just how George Weah left football because they were bringing him in 15 minutes, 30 minutes of game time. He could not stand it to see a war best that they bring in the way the time they feel like, he will just quit and he will start to negotiate. Because if he can't win Moserado County, that's a problem for you. Because George Weah know he cannot win Nima County. He knows that very well. He cannot win Nima County. He will not be able to win. I don't know what man say. He will not be able to win all the other counties. We're not looking at Grand Jide and maybe Grand Crew. He can't win it. He can't win Maryland. He will not. The Senate was. He should forget it. The Liberian people will show you eat this money. Everything that they bring, you eat it. It's yours. That's your money. You need to put the Liberian say put sand in a gari, because you not notice the gari from the sand. Even the put sand in the rest when they wash it, but you can't know the difference between the gari and the sand until you chew in it. Yes. So they will do everything. You see they going around. Ram. The Mandingo community have already rejected Fala. You know, Fala and Akara's Gray was the one who put that petition in. They didn't want to sponsor the bill to remove Cabinet Jada. Fala lie, he said, oh, that me, that Akara's Gray. Lying to the Mandingo community. They rejected him. Edwin Snow, the people rejected him. The chiefs in Bombing Hills, they said, don't waste your time, my son. Don't waste your time. That is why he resigned. He wanted to go independent, that CDC will support him. We all know it's an opportunity. It's good for you to have that belief. It's good for you to really have that ambition to do things. But to do it on your own, to satisfy yourself, to make all the money, steal from the country, pass all the bad laws. Eh? They were all members of this representative clique that increase the salaries. They make millions upon millions upon millions. Liberians, you don't ask yourself where they getting all this money from. That is corruption. You don't know where they getting 1 million Liberian dollar, this other million Liberian dollar, just distributing from place to place. You eat it, my people. You eat it. Eh? I see one man get 4 or 5 Facebook page and just write it. Your team will look at Facebook. Darius Dillon will beat your leg market door. What am I say market door? Old cop. Old cop. George Weah will not campaign for nobody. I dare him. George Mannen Weah would not campaign for no candidate. He will campaign where they got on a sedition. They will truck them in and he will campaign. I dare President Weah going into a community on a neutral ground to campaign. They will boo him. We all know that the government, George Weah, want a brand new car, $1.5 million, bulletproof in Liberia. Who want George Weah? But what happened in Liberia is very spiritual. It's not for nothing. Let's stick to it. Now, Dillon is the people's choice. He's not a rich man, but one thing Dillon has that nobody, no candidate, is honesty. Dillon don't lie to the Liberian. He don't lie to people in Moserado County. He telling the truth. Fala, he's a liar, he's a crook, he's a thief. You think the thief for Thomas? No. The T is for thief. Thief number 5. George Weah. You listen. George Mannen Weah and Nathaniel Magee. Twe and what the board is Eugene Nangwe, Thomas Fala. In fact, Eugene, I'm sorry. Why I put Eugene there for? Jefferson Koji and Thomas Fala. George Mannen Weah is T1. Nathaniel Magee is T2. And Samuel Twe is T3. Jefferson Koji is T4. Thomas Fala is T5. You don't know that? You think the T for what? You think it for Thomas alone? No, no. They are thieves. Thieves. Then what's make me feel so bad when I hear Liberians saying, well, at least he building a house in Liberia. You steal money, you build house in America. You steal money, you build house in Liberia. You are thief. You are a criminal, no matter what. You are a criminal. Yes. All the guys, they are criminals, super crook. 12 years as opposition, they don't have a plan. Then they're talking about, oh, the president project. Let people tell me what they have achieved. What the achievement of CDC government. What? Go to Doe community. All the roads are broken up. You get Summit 12 saying that opposition should apologize to the government because no money got missing. You hear it? No money got missing. That means if you say no money got missing, that means the court's report was wrong. Because they say 2 point some billion dollar got missing too. That means everything was wrong. You see how lies catching up with them? They are on life support. But you know the good thing, I agree for let them build the houses. We will take it from there. It will be used for government. We will make sure, and the next government that will ever take over, what a job we can be there for 10, 20, 25 years, that will take over. If that government do not go after people, they will be out. They will be out. They will be out. So George Weah told his ministers they should use government cars, anything, any money that the hands can lay on. They should use it. They should use it to run campaign. That is why you see them all over the place right now. How can government officials run campaign? You know, they did it before. Yes, they did it before. But what we don't know, the code of conduct was not passed into law. So Ellen played that trick. It was not passed into law. But when it was passed into law, that is why Ellen fired and this guy from this ministry during Boaka time, because it was already passed into laws and she used it. What the minister, one of the ministers Ellen fired who was supporting Boaka. Ellen fired him because they were not sort of getting into politics. You see, but when Ellen was president, when her people were running campaign, that law was not passed. They were still hanking doing this. But that law was passed in 2017. That no government official should ever, even that means once you are appointed, even Jefferson Koji not supposed to go on the campaign trail, not supposed to even be in a leadership position of CDC. He's not supposed to hold any position in CDC because they all member of the member of the government. They are all ministers. They're not supposed to. He mayor appointed by the president was not elected. Only elected officials can go on a campaign trail. Only elected officials, not minister, deputy minister, and whatsoever. But George Weah said they must use it. So we're saying it. Y'all shouldn't take it for a joke. They say where there's smoke, there is fire. President Weah have said it, and he's prepared. He's preparing himself and getting ready for whatever will happen in Liberia. Yes, getting ready for whatever will happen in Liberia. So whether you want agree, you want to accept the results, that is his plan. But we appealing to you, President Weah, don't take Liberia back into what happened before. We appealing to you. You want a blot of innocent people to remain on your hands, and John Charles Taylor in the egg or whatsoever. So be my guest. Be my guest. We know that this power have gone through your head. Now you too big, you're king, and you do whatever. Every penny in the Liberian government coffers belongs to you. We know that, Mr. President. But please, for the sake of peace, we're begging you, be a smart man, a smart leader. Don't play fool. Don't act like President Doe. But President Doe was smart enough. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf refused for her son to contest against you, and people went there, and I will call the name Eugene Namwe. Even said to me in Delaware in my truck that they were ready to cheat you to give the results to Robert Sirleaf, but Ellen Johnson told them, hell no way. She's not prepared for nothing because Robert Serif cannot win George we are in Mosrado County. You all know that. So she told them, no way. She want no trouble. They say, oh man, it will happen after that. George will just crack, and will go down. Because what Joshua do? Joshua will go and collect, and that's true. We're going to go down. Joshua will collect money. He will, after they gave him the money, he slow everything down and he let it go. But Ellen Johnson said no. But President Wiana is saying yes. You do it. Three of the commissioners are not okay. They're not going to be part of it. But this message will go to the commissioners. Before a riot take place, the commissioners should understand they will be in hot water. They will be in hot water. We know Liberia is in the Guinness World Book of Record when it comes to corruption in elections. Charles D.B. King. 15,000 people registered to vote. 143,000 people voted. We don't know where they came from. And at the end of the day, they removed him because of the Funanopo and stuff. You understand? So let us be careful. And who was the commissioner at that time? Was Horton. Now Horton said the former election commissioner Onodu. Somebody please give me a name. It just slipped off my mind. His grandfather was the election commissioner too. Emma Hammer. Emma Hammer was the commissioner during Doe time, and his grandfather was the commissioner during the CDB King time. So they're all good for cheating. So the only option that CDC has right now is to cheat. And we sitting there, this president is appointing and they confirming a tenure position, and he also replacing them again to another position. And it will happen when the election go to a place, he will transfer the election commission when he's not too happy about it. So President Weah too, he was banking the table, piss off. But Mr. Weah, you don't do nothing much. How you expect the people in Montserrat County to trust you? Eh? You think that the muya or the likeness will fill up the stomach? You think so, Mr. President? After you have stolen every penny, you have brought people down to be a beggar. All the promises you made. Go back and listen to the president's speech, his inaugural speech. You're going to listen to it and compare it with now, whether everything is on course. No. But Liberians, what you're waiting for? Why you guys, why? The good people of Liberia, you think you're in minority? You people are there. You people are the silencer. You're sitting there, but you don't want no trouble. It's the same thing. People steal from you, refuse to take them to court. The same thing you do in your own lives. People come to you, they damage you. You refuse to act. You see that living with God. That is why God don't listen to us. God gave us the authority to take action sometime. God gave us government. The government bring laws. God said we should abide by the government laws. There's a law there to protect you. Then you say, oh, let's leave it. Right in America, a policeman gave you ticket. You know that the ticket they gave you, where the policeman is a human being. For instead of you going to the court to fight that ticket, not to damage your name, you say, well, you know what? I will just go to work and I'll pay the money. No. You can be free. In Liberia, the same thing. You got one power. You have one power, your vote. Your vote can change things around. Since your legislatures don't want to do it, this is the time to remove them. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool. Look, wise man changes. And let me tell you something. If you're a bad man and you change it now, God said we should forgive each other. If Prince Johnson, whosoever come out, I'm not the one to say I will forgive. I will forgive Prince Johnson because I'm a Christian. But can the law forgive Prince Johnson? If the law want to forgive, you can do the right thing. Look at I can it's right now I consider butt naked who still believe that he need to be prosecuted for what he did than Prince Johnson who think that what he did was right. You understand? You got Sano Johnson in Bomi. And let me make this clear. Sano Johnson was never a fighter. To my people there, Sano Johnson was never a fighter. No. Sano Johnson then was the boys then behind Charles Taylor to do all the little talking and whatsoever. Going around Sano Johnson, buying CH jewelry down, Sano Johnson did this. That all CDC good for. Let me tell you today. If you think you wicked, CDC is more wicked than any party, any members. The only plans they got is to damage you. Is to they know how to give the fake. They are criminals. Let me tell you today, most of the seditions are criminal-minded people. One man will create 4, 5, 6 Facebook page because they believe that they can do it to convince you in America, but they cannot even convince their own people. But you that in America, for God's sake, you I want you to retrospect, think about the last election, the crowd that was behind CDC, and look at today. Is that the same crowd? Is that the same crowd? No, it's never the same. CDC called meeting to the head office, and CDC, you can find space there. No. CDC called for retreat. Instead of going to SKD, they went to ATS. What there that you don't get, that this thing here is not working. But let me give you the common sense, that is common sense is not just a common sense. CDC as a party, before they even joined the coalition, they were around 28% in Montserrat County. They had the highest. Every elections they in at 28%. 28%, they in at 28% all the time. Where other counties, when other election and parties all standing on their own. The first election, the same thing, 20 is 28%. Second election, 28%. United Party came second. They went into the second round, and United Party defeated them. Oh, they cheated them. Well, their business. I don't worry about that, whether they cheated them. But God knows why they had to cheat them. Okay. Now, CDC thought it wise. Say, listen, we need to join another political party. Because I will tell you the real truth. I always used to say that CDC was a Monrovia party. Not even a full Monrovia, but Monrovia party. Then they joined with NPP, that been struggling to come in, because NPP was smart enough to say, listen, we got to join somebody. That is why you see United Party joining. Or else, by this time, but then people ran on CDC, on NPP ticket too, they won. They were smart enough, they ran in certain districts, their stronghold, Bon County, Lufa County, they ran and they won. Now, they joined with NPP. They came out with what? 38%. In Montserrat County, 38%. Three political parties, 38%. Unity Party came with 30, no, they came with 35. I think Unity Party had 30%, and everybody came all the way down. Now, let's say this. They took over in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. No better. People start leaving them. NPP is just there, but they just representing, but they representing, but they don't worry, because everything is coalition, Congress for Democratic change, Congress for Democratic change. Now, my people, this is where the common sense come out. I want to ask you the question. CPP, CPP, the biggest pressure group in Liberia, Council of Patriots. Do you think in Montserrat County, members of the Council of Patriots who are qualified and registered to vote, will they vote for Fala or Darius Dillon? They will vote for Darius Dillon. Everyone, unless they not qualify to vote, they are member of CPP, they will vote against CDC. We are voting against George Manning Weah. So even if you're a good candidate and you are under the banner of CDC, we consider you to be a bad candidate. It's a referendum on President Weah. You gotta get it in straight. 2020 is a referendum on President Weah. It's not about the senators. Because we believe that when any senator go there, they're going to accept everything that George Weah tell them. Everything will be done behind back door. So it's a referendum. We need that 11 Senate seats to hold President Weah feet to the fire. We are right now still looking for 9 Darius Dillon. You don't need to be exact of Darius Dillon, but we're looking for every senator who willing to take $5,000 as salary. We're looking for senators who are willing to take $5,000 for salary fresh across the board. That's what we want. Can you take $5,000? Will you be truthful to the Liberian people? Are you going to be in the interest of your people? Schools, healthcare, and look, don't forget about rules and whatsoever. Our government is a unitary government. The executive decides which of the county, which of the road to be paved. Don't let nobody fool you. No senator, unless the president like you and say, okay, now I will go pave the road. No senator can fight for a pavement road in his county. Let me tell you today. The president, the executive can be the only president doing no senator. So let us stop wasting our time. But what you can fight for, better drinking water, that you can make sure it be in our budget, better education, better health system to pay the health workers, pay even the police. You understand? Cut things down that are not necessary. Let it go. Cut everything down in Liberia. When we even slash most of the stuff in Liberia, we will be good. Yes. So it's a referendum here against President Weah. Now for nothing else. Nothing else. Everybody, we don't know even the CDC candidate anyway. They're going all outside and looking for candidates. How bad it is. We don't know who running for CDC in Bombay Hills. We don't know who running for CDC in Cape Mount. Watson have gone to CDC, but it's a big problem. So we don't know who running. We don't know. But President Weah ain't looking at that one. President Weah say, I don't care about bombing. I don't care about Cape Mount. I don't care about Bapolo. I don't care about Lofa. I don't worry about Nima County, the Bon County. I don't give a heck. All I know is Montserrado County. This president is so obsessed with Darius Dillon. Darius Dillon will bring him down. President Weah is behaving just like Saul. Saul was so obsessed with David until he committed suicide. He committed a suicide according to the Bible. And he refused to admit. President Weah don't speak to opposition. Forget about him speaking to Bernard Ure. But he don't speak to opposition. President Weah never took the telephone and even congratulated Darius Dillon. Because Darius Dillon broke his record. That's the only person who now okay, let me tell you something. You remember when our ball saved the penalty in Sierra Leone for Liberia? When they came back, President Weah went on the football field to go practice with the ball so he would save penalty too. He's a jealous president. Very jealous in everything. Very jealous. He always won't be the light. But nobody stop you from being a light, Mr. President. You had the opportunity to be the light of a lot of people. You had the opportunity to remain for the longest. You had the opportunity that opposition would not even open their mouths. That if you are going to do the right thing. And I challenge you, my own friend. If you people say Joshua is not my friend, that's your business. I don't care. My eating penna in here, yeah. But I challenge this president. The burden of proof is on him, not on me. Everything I said that Joshua would not be a good president, it came to pass. Joshua would never apologize, it came to pass. Joshua would never take responsibility, it came to pass. Because of his ego, he would never ever do it. I went on shows here. In fact, I went on a public radio and I told Brother Soul, I said, President, we will never accept the result, and to accept it that he take full responsibility of CDC defeat. He would never do it. He never did it. He never did it. He never. I told people that Zolizo would look like a kicked door in Morovia with his tail between his legs, and he will not be confirmed because the motive, the plans are not real. Let Zolizo come to America now. And you say he can come to America. He on air war. If the military people know that yet they were arresting, he's a citizen. He left the people army and ran away. Now, we got people running around giving all kinds of information about Darius Taylor. But sometimes look, I don't reply. I just stop replying to these people. I told you CDC, the only thing they're good at is to give false information, and they're giving the information to you guys on Facebook because you live in America. You don't go home, you don't listen to radio station, you want to get the news from us. But some of us will take our time. We call Liberia, we say this, we do this, we do that. They think about Kevin Sewell. Today was the third time I got that information. How President Weah told the deputy minister to get Kevin Sewell out the field. Now, not to just leave the job, but he will not even watch the game. He should leave the stadium. If you believe it, fine. You don't want to believe it, that's your business. Yeah, that's your business. You know, Prophet Key said something the other day. I want you guys to open your eyes. And I want to see President Weah standing over the body of Muna Pena and view the dead body of Muna Pena. I want to see it. There's a rumors and saying President Weah can see dead body. President Weah cannot see a dead body. We're watching it, we're waiting to see. We're waiting to see when we're viewing the body. We want to see President Weah. Okay, Mr. Sheriff, welcome. And I want to see President Weah standing over the body of Representative Muna Pena. You know, I call this girl named Muna Pena like a baby to me. She calls me Uncle Mooney. The last time I saw her was in Trenton. People politicizing her body, her death. But it's so bad to criticize a dead person. But nothing pissed me off the way CDC using her death to say, oh, because of her death, we will win Montserrat County. You lying. You can play the speech, but when you smart, if you listen to that speech, she make it known that there's a problem in CDC and we need to go under the sycamore tree and talk about it. That's what you need to be listening to. There's a big division within CDC and need to be settled. Who brought the division? The president, nobody else. Look, if you get your children, President Weah is the president of Liberia and the father of the nation. He's not president for CDC alone. If President Weah tells sedition to shut them off today, they will shut them off. They already got your back. Do what is right. Speak to opposition. Talk to this other person. Whether you like it, President Weah can do all the good things. He can make it right. Come 2023, they will still contest against him. No matter what. That's the beauty of democracy. That's the beauty. Not to go after people. Not to go after people who can fight back. Eh? Do you know how many dirty things they're doing? There's a guy in Grand Gila that wasted and Famakaha in his eyes, done by what his name said, Gaddafi, former notorious killer with NPFL. You guys know all these things. Why I don't talk about it? Children, our girls are being raped in Liberia. Our president is not taking it. Then I listen to Sam Toby. I listen to Toby saying that, there's no, forget about the budget. President Weah should take rape very serious and be personal about it because he got girls. Unless he have no respect for his girls. Unless President Weah have no respect for his girls' children. That is why he's not speaking. Don't come speak to Liberian men and tell them about domestic violence. And when you go talk, the simple they say, within domestic violence, they get raped. Listen. Say what is right for us to understand. Don't tell me about domestic violence. Yes, domestic violence is just a big war. You understand? But when you are charged for domestic violence, it's not like charging for rape. But some people say when you're breaking down domestic violence, you will see rape inside. Just stop that nonsense. Una sedition always get up and think how to fight back. Their entire life, for the last 3 years, sedition don't sleep too good. The real sedition. I know my brother Sheriff here don't sleep too good because whole day he planning how to fight back for CDC. Gilmer planning how to fight back for CDC. tell us about rape. President Weah, we got less than 5 million people in Liberia, which I know we get more than 5 million because this president violating the constitution. Every 10 years, there should be a censor. But he refused to do it. He refused. That's a law in the constitution. Building roads in Liberia is not part of the constitution. It's not a law that you can't hold nobody responsible when they don't build roads in Liberia. But what is necessary? How do you know that Liberian population is increasing? But this president is president of Monrovia, but still he don't know there's a rape down the road, raping people, babies, women who are not even mature. I got a daughter. I got two daughters. Yaya Sheriff, you got a beautiful daughter. Gilman has a daughter. Put yourself in the shoe of another woman who going through a pain, who men in Liberia are raping people. This got nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do with politics. It's not about CDC, whether ANC or PNC or whatsoever. But speak about it. The government must pass a strong law. I believe that even you rape in Liberia, you should be killed. Let me tell you today. As much as I don't believe in the death penalty, but people need to be put into jail where they will not even have a time to see the sun. Yes. Don't get me wrong, they might lie on you, say, oh, they rape, rape, rape. But anything that is not concession, that is not agreeable, it's rape. It's rape. People, children are vulnerable because there is no money. You giving them $50, $100, they follow you. You use them up. A representative who pregnant or crying girl and how to the man and all. Look. Sometimes I sit down, the women in Liberia are not ready. I see people the other day had the flyer up demonstrating for George Floyd in Liberia. But the killing and raping your own people, you can't even demonstrate. You can't even demonstrate. You don't have to be against George Weah. But you know, when you demonstrate against the government, they say that George Weah. When you speak against George Weah, they say you're jealous over George Weah. When you speak against George Weah, then people say, well, that your business in the name of Jesus. I myself, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. Whatever God has for you will see your face. You can be a bad man, God can still bless you and still punish you. And at the same time, the same Bible keep tell you say a bad man can last long because of the man will repent. And it means that when the God keep you, Oman Biak from Cameroon, 37 years, he's still in a wheelchair and this and that. He's suffering right now, but he's still president. He's suffering. He looking at himself, cannot, he said yes. The only thing people fighting for now is for him to die so somebody will take over and transform that whole country again. It happened with Mubarak and other people. Freetown men say Kaka long sote go court. We have 14 years civil war. The war is over. Where is Chancellor today? Chancellor is in jail. Doe came to power. Doe appointed his countrymen, but he put most of them deputies or whatsoever. Doe had a government that represented the entire country. Even Chancellor had a government that represented the entire country. But you look at this government. President Weah inherited a good plan, but he inherited a government that were already corrupt. He was the one to make it right. Everybody thought President Weah was playing fool to gain wisdom, but he actually played fool to gain fool. President Weah have acquired more property in Liberia than any president in 3 years, more than President Totman, who was there for 27 years. I know President Totman never acquired all his property in the first 3 years. No. Even all the guys there around the world, they never acquire property in the first years. No president do that in Africa. To start worrying about stealing before you can do the work. Why we divided when we got President Weah as president, former peace ambassador. Former peace ambassador, George Mane Weah. Why? You tell me. You tell me. I'm going to take a few second break to straighten something up. Just few seconds. Few seconds, please. I will be back.
Sweet, sweet, kiss our little. Now for go alone, yeah. Sweet, sweet, kiss our liver. Now for go along. You take it from Peter to Teo, Paul will take it from you tomorrow, mama. Sweet, sweet, living is sweet, oh. Where the rich or poor. Why not pray for a long fellow? He can pray for a long life. As long as they live, you know, the better we grow. Fine, fine, power is fine, oh. It can make you heavy. It's just like a brook, you know. They pray to capsize. Sweet, sweet, kiss our liver. Not for go alone. He might be can eat it. Or a picture can eat it. Kiss our liver. Kiss our liver. Oh, sweet, kiss our liver. Not for go alone. You take it from Peter today. Oh, Paul will take it from you tomorrow, mama. You check it from me right today, oh mother will check it from you tomorrow. Fine, fine, go buy your fine, may in your favor. Well, people do to you, you dare to cry. Have enough for one person, oh, it's a matter of time. After me is a lesson, yeah, brother, this I have. Sweet, sweet kiss our liver, not for go alone, mama. Human being can eat it, oh, the deer can eat it. Ah, kiss our liver. Our liver, not for go alone. Human beings can eat it, yeah, or a creature eat it too. Sweet, sweet, living is sweet, oh, where the rich or poor. Why not pray for a long fellow? He can pray for long life.
Okay, thank you guys. I'm back. I was trying to get something straightened up here. I'm very sorry for the little break in, but I was just trying to get everything right up. And we are now back in business. My name is Munel Kishan, aka The General. I just saw a post. The guy said George Weah is the sixth best president in Africa, but haters will not say it. Jesus. The sixth educated president in Africa according to the degree. But that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. That is not what we're looking for. But we all know President Weah is a terrible leader, a very, very terrible, the worst leader ever in Liberia. It will go down in history. The man who don't know his left from his right. And the people of Montserrat, please, we need to send a message to George Weah for 2023. We need to send a message to President Weah for 2023. Don't let people fool you. Don't let the bag of rice, the money they're spending, eat it. It's yours. The money belongs to you. It's not for them. President Weah is willing to spend $4 million just right in Montserrat County alone because he believed that when he wins Montserrat County, he can steal the 2023 election. That's the whole thing with President Weah. Once he can win that election, hope or crook. Then come 2023, he can steal the elections, and you Liberian people will not be able to say anything. You see that? But Don't be a coward, please. Speak out. The good people, you need to speak out for God's sake. The good people, you need to speak out. Please, you're sitting, why by this time, people who are contesting, giving $1 million this way, $1 million this way, buying 17 bikes for 17 counties, and why you couldn't do it before? Why? No hospital, no medication, but they are spending money. But some seditious say it's good. Oh yeah, the other people can steal the money and go abroad. You know how many Liberians in Liberia were Americans and working with George Weah, including George Weah himself? But you won't believe it. You will not believe it. But the only thing I want to say that we cannot stop talking. We cannot give up. We cannot stop the fight. This is not war, but we need to speak the truth. Are we here? I'm talking right now. If I wanted to be with the George Weah government, I just need to shut my mouth and support George Weah, and I be in a group stealing. But we're not part of you, not part of you, my people. Let me tell you the real truth. It's not part of you, it's not part of you. It's not part of you, it's not part of you. But there's time for everything in life. There's time for everything in life. Everything. It's good to drink water. I have not tasted alcohol in a long time. I start my exercise now, and I'm eating healthy. I'm doing my exercise. What time is it? And I gotta go after this show. I'm going to do my little running, and then when I come back, I take my juice. Look, you gotta lose the weight. Let me just break from politics small. You gotta lose the weight. You gotta make sure the whole thing be going down. You see the picture now I'm posting? Yep. Make me look like a young boy. The beard. But when the wife said I'm gonna keep the white beard, so soon I'll be keeping the beard. So we all know the plans of CDC, but we are smarter than them. The voter rule is there. We're going to see the voter rule again. They will officially, they will send it out again before December 8th. Now they are doing all kinds of things. Deviator Brown is willing any day and prepared to change the result of the elections because according to CDC, that's what they believe in. We heard them saying it, but we need even you can send the recordings out. You can catch them on a recording saying it. Other Liberians will not believe it. Liberians will not believe it that this is a plan that Joshua has for Liberia. That Joshua don't care whether there will be war. He's protected. He got everything. He just they're going to purchase a car that worth 1.5 million dollar, or bulletproof for the president in this hard time. If you notice this, Sam Toby was on an FOP or what and whatsoever. They asked him two questions. He answered one. The last one was the car. He left. He acted like his phone cut off, and he never came back because he cannot answer that question. He cannot answer the question. This is the same Sam Toby, and this is the same and Toby Smith Toby. I don't know why they call him Sam Toby. Smith Toby went to Grand Gillette County and told the people, say that is the way that Joshua are giving back to the community by building houses for them. But let me tell you, somebody said today, Joshua will win because Joshua building houses for people. I say yes, that's true. But guess what? He's so tribalist. He building houses for only the crew and the crown people. He ain't carry house. He ain't carry houses in Lofa County. He ain't carry to Nima County. He only get in the southeast. You can combine Maryland, Sano, River G, River Cess, Grand Cru, Grand Jide. You combine the 6 counties, the voting rule. 40,000 will remain from Lofa County. You see that? So he building houses for people in Grand Jide. How many voters in Grand Jide? He building houses for Grand Crew. How many voters in Grand Crew? How many? I can take Nima County, Lufa County, Bapulu, Banga. I can Bon County. I mean, and even Magibi. To my surprise, Magibi were more people register in Magibi County than Bon County. You know what I'm saying? Monserrato is for everybody. I don't know what CDC get the thing notion from that they own Monserrato. We're going to show that we'll win Monserrato this time. To them, the people who voted for Darius Dillon were sedition. That all the fee. That the whole mind that people who voted for Darius Dillon this going election were seditions. That sedition make Darius to win. Why you guys living in denial like that? Why? Why? You stop it. You stop it. You stop it. You living in denial, my brother. You stop it. CDC, you're winning in Monserrato County. Your only hope is cheating. Cheating is the only hope you have to cheat. And now it catch up with you. How to cheat. Not everybody used to it. Let me tell you today. Not everybody used to the cheating. Not everybody used to the cheating. Yeah. Not everybody. Eh, 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 eh. That you think they will just allow you to cheat. But anyway, I want to take this time to introduce to you the chairman of CPP, Alexander Cummings. This man took what? Fifth place in the general election. Oh, nobody know Cummings. Nobody know Cummings. Nobody know Cummings from nowhere. But today, at the same Cummings, man, you're afraid of. Oh, day you're singing beyond Cummings, that tinny tinny, that short man there, that man are gay, that man that Jefferson Koji and all going talking about gay. When Akara's Gray, when he said Moluba Molu said he saw John we are kissing Akara's Gray. George we are molested two of you, but you're calling Cummings or gay. That is the chairman of the CPP. The chairman of CPP, Alexander Cummings. He the one right there. You know what I'm saying? So you need to stop it. You think that man will build house in Liberia again? That man built the biggest house in Liberia. Private house. I know how many story. I think that's 6 story. Everything that you want inside there, 24/7 current. 24/7 current. The man make his money. That's why sometimes you find few poor people who are honest. Like Tier from West and Nuku Town. Build his schools. Doing everything for the poor in Nuku Town. But you don't say the poor in Nuku Town say the man crazy. You think anybody can bribe and get away with Cummings easily? Cummings got his honest money. The only thing I don't know, I try to figure out how can George we are debate with Alexander Cummings. I stayed looking at it. They ain't mean I'm gonna you just ask question and let them answer the question. I don't know how President we are. You know, President we are honest money he make in soccer is no more around. So there is nothing you can talk about honesty, Mr. Weah. The money you got now, that's the Liberian people money that you took from them. That's the money you got with you right now. So you see, if President Weah expose his assets right now, we will trace it and know where the money coming from. But he can't do it. President Weah's salary all on the internet. Nobody chase his children. But today, our president said because of security reasons, he cannot expose the asset. He got children to protect. You got children, and they're raping people in Liberia, and you can't even say anything. You have children that live with you, and they're raping people, young children, and you get Tita and others, and you cannot even utter a word from your mouth to take it personal and tell the police director that I got interest in this case. Eh? And all the people that are doing the raping are all seditions. These are all members of CDC going around stealing, killing people. President Weah, I think you are not in our group as a patriotic citizen anymore. You are not patriotic again. Your patriotic duty have been falling. I don't care what people say. But it is a shame to have a president of Liberia who plays soccer, who everybody say, oh yes, President, we are love Liberia. You know, we're quick to say, President, we are love his country. Yes, we just to find out that President, we are love Liberia for himself. He loved Liberia for himself. President Weah have taken more money from Liberian government from Liberia than he played in soccer that he got in soccer. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that. You don't need no proof. You don't need no proof. I stay challenging people to tell me one project that President Weah carried on as a sports ambassador when he was